Yeah, right, everyone. For any of you that collect vinyl records like I do, preferably old ones, you might wonder sometimes how to clean them and handle them and, sort of maintain them, look after them. So I thought I'd do this video to explain to any of you that are not sure how I clean and handle and look after my records, and hopefully what I do will help you out. So to start off, when you get, let's say we're going to use one of my mum's old ones that's been stored, you get an old record and there's a chance like this one. It'll be you might not see on camera, but it's like clogged up with dust and the odd old fingerprint, and maybe you'll find ones with muck too, which will just clog up your needle, with dust. I mean, I've had that before, and also it'll ruin your sound quality. So what I do, you can either, for starters, you can either get a cloth and just wipe the paper bit inside that the record sits in. You can either wipe around in there to get out any old dust lying around, or do another way, hold it upside down and just blow a few times just to blow any dust out. When it comes to the record, I always handle them from the edge, which is this bit just here, if you can see, where there's no music. Handle it like that and like this. And when I go to clean it, I do this with my hands, my fingers rather, and I put my thumb in the centre, so I can handle it by the edge without touching the surface. And then I just get a wet cloth of warm water and just do that, go around the way that it would spin, and where the needle would go. Just do that. There we go. And then leave that to just soak in the grooves a minute. And then turn over, do the same this side. And dropped it, and that should be enough. And then once that soaks in, go back to the other side. And the cloth I was using there, and also the cloth I'm going to use to dry it, is one of these. It's the ones you get with like glasses from like Specsavers or whatever, because they're smooth and they're not going to scratch or anything. And the way I dry it is the same as how I cleaned it. I just do that, and I mean, I know these are clog up of water quick, and you'll have to keep drying them, but at least it's smooth and it's not going to scratch the surface of the record or anything. And unlike tissue, you could use tissue, but obviously tissue, when it gets damp or wet, it breaks and leaves bits behind, or it is a bit rough in my opinion compared to this, and I don't like using that, hence why I use these. So I'll clean that side, and then we dry off rather this side. And what you got then is, I know you couldn't really see the dust before, but it's nice, shiny, clean. The bit it's like, the slight dampness will just dry off easy, and that's not going to harm anything. It's never done it with me. And you see how I'm handling it, or try and handle it always by the edges, because once you've done this and you've cleaned it with the water and dried it off, you haven't really got to worry about wet cleaning it like I did again. I mean, because I've got records of, there's a record in one of my own records I've had about 2 years, and I only wet cleaned it like this once. To make sure it stays good, I get one of these carbon fibre cleaner brushes, and basically any dust that creeps on the record when it's played, or any you might not have got out of the case, just use one of these just to wipe off the dust. You can just go, but sometimes you need a cloth to get them off, or by one of these. Sometimes dust can be stubborn. Just use one of these and just get the odd bit of dust off. Plus it does get rid of any possible static build-up and stuff that might be lurking around, as well as dust. And just do that like I'm doing. Just wash it off. Well, brush it off, wash it off. And there you go, and then just put it on your turntable and away you go. And then the way I pick it up off a turntable, I pick it up sort of like this and turn like that. Can do it slower, I'll try and do it slower, there you go. But always making sure you're touching the edge. so you don't get your fingerprints on it. And that's it. And then that's how I handle it, either hand when I clean, or sometimes whatever. And I always handle it like this, just to say again, when I go to put it back, just open up the paper bit and put it back inside. Now if you go to a record shop, you'll find that, just to quickly say, that a lot of the time this paper bit will be in this way up, if I can even get it in there. So obviously, obviously the record can't fall out. So it'll be up here, you'll have to pull the whole paper out to get the record out, obviously. But if you're at home, you know exactly how you store it, and I always store it like this, so I can just get it out of my record case box and straight away. So that's how I handle it. A bit of advice for you. The same goes with a single, really. Let's get one. This one of Mum's is got dust, I think, but it's mainly scratch, so you can't get rid of the scratches really. But this is just an example. If you've got big hands, you can handle a single like this, as you can see, and just clean it, and then again the edge thing, and do the same. But if you only got small hands, then you can always handle it like the LP. Just handle it like that, and may as well do it whilst I'm on camera. Just clean the edge. And I mean, even if it's badly scratched like this is, it could still play. That's what's good. That's what one thing I love about records. In my opinion, in their own way, they can be quite tough. You could have it really badly scratched, and yeah, you'll get a lot of like that whole crackly noise, but at least it'll still play. I mean, I got a record of the Everly Brothers, and it scratched like hell when I bought it. But I thought, well, give it a chance, you never know. And even though it's all crackly, you can still hear the song just about. So I was able to still listen to it until I get a better copy. And, but anyway, whilst me rambling on whilst you see me clean. And there you go. And then and obviously, this isn't the proper, like, cover, but same with singles as with LPs. When you put them in, you just open it and either wipe the inside or hold it upside down and blow, just to get any dust out. And there you go, and then just slot that back in. But sometimes you'll get records like this, which I think are normally known as like jukebox records, where the centre's not there, so obviously that's even easier to hold. And just do that, and might as well clean this. This is the other one was T-Rex, Mark Bolan T-Rex. This is these are all my mum's. This is Dr. Hook's When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman. I think we all know that song. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard. Or something like that. I haven't heard it in a while. And anyway, as you can see, it's just basically like that. And me and Mum's, whilst I'm doing this, I'll say my Mum's got quite a big record collection. There's like loads and loads I've already found, and I'm sifting through what to keep and what not to keep, basically memories. My mum was more or less from rock and roll to rock, heavy rock, stuff like that, and that's what I'm really keeping. Glam rock, stuff like that. And she's got a big record collection. I've got loads in here alone in cases. I've got loads that I don't really want to keep that are packed away, and I've still got loads yet to find. But it's a nice thing to discover. I know she's got one record I want, and I'm trying to find it. It's of Ritchie Valens. But anyway, you might not see it on camera, but there's a little. No, I don't think it's going to show. There's a little white mark just here, and this is another reason why it's good to clean. You can just get one of these smooth cloths and just put your nail there so you don't scratch it, but there's a bit of force, so you can just. It's force to get. In this case, is whatever this white bit is. You can get it off with force, but not scratch it at the same time. You see, I've just got my fingers. Looks wrong. Just like that. Tighten it like this. And there you go. So you can just get any bit, muck that's a bit stubborn sort of thing. And that's how I clean them basically. And like I say, I've got records in there I've had for years that I've cleaned like this once, and they've been fine because once I've cleaned it once, just handle it like I've shown you. And, there we go, handle it like I've shown you. And if you want to get off the odd bit of dust, like I say again, just get one of these. They cost about £5, or at least this one did. And they're quite good just to, like I say, get the odd bit of dust off and what have you. They are useful. These are really useful, and it's done me the world of good, this. And it's a cheap way of cleaning them, because you always hear all these, you've got to get all these special spray formulas and all of this business, and it's like, realistically, no, just save yourself some money. I learnt this technique from a friend who used to run a record store, and he's a great guy, and I picked up a lot of tips, and this being one of them. And it's just so simple. At the end of the day, the only money you should really need to spend is buying your record and then get one of these. The rest you can just clean with stuff you most likely have at home. So that's my advice for you. Take it for if you think it's a good idea or not. It's up to you. Let me know in the comments if it's worked for you. And I just hope this video has helped you, that's all. If you're not sure of anything, you want to ask me anything, record-wise or whatever, just leave a comment or something, and I'll try and get back to you. If you haven't already, please check out my channel if you wish. I mean, there's a mix of videos, not just records. There's like gaming stuff, videos when I'm out and around somewhere. I do a mix. So check out if you like. Anyway, I hope this has helped you, and I don't think I've forgotten anything. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you later, and take care, and I hope this advice helped you. See ya.